This is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and lift our voices in song. Sunday morning, and here we are, coming together from near and far. We're unity, a home for you and for me. I've got family waiting for me. Every Sunday I'm glad to see. We're unity, a home for you and for me. My, we're so happy it's Sunday. This is our very own Unity Day. Here where we belong with all of our family. We're unity, and that's the way it should be. Sun is shining and I am too. I feel so happy, how about you? We're unity, a home for you and for me. We're so grateful that love abounds with the brothers and sisters all around. We're unity, a home for you and for me. So happy it's Sunday. This is our very own Unity Day. We're here where we belong with all of our family. We're unity, a home for you and for me. We're unity, a home for you and for me.
Thank you, Jim. That is such a beautiful song that you have written for us. What a talented man and giving man you are. I'm supposed to wait until it says recording. Oh, did it? Okay, little deaf. Going a little deaf. Well, welcome home, everyone. Welcome to Unity of London. Here at Unity of London, we welcome first-timers. We welcome our guests. We welcome our long-term members and all of our friends on Zoom. We celebrate the spirit of abundance, love, life in our community. As we grow together, we learn the joys of giving as well as receiving from each other. Here it is. January is the power of faith. As I walk in faith, my way becomes clear. We celebrate abundance, openness to new ideas, mutual support, connection, transformation, evolving peace. Join me, if you will, in the 5 principles of unity. Number 1, God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. Number 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is within me and in everyone. Number 3, I create my experiences by what I choose to think and I feel and believe. 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. And lastly, number 5, I do my best by living the truth I know. I make a difference. How do we make a difference? By inspiring people to make positive differences in the world. People with passion can change the world for the better. When I practice being the change, I can share a smile or a kind word, paying attention to someone who looks lonely or sad, volunteering my time to help out. I am inspiring people to make a positive change in this world. Be the change. We provide fellowship and education for spiritual seekers of all walks of life. We are the change and we coexist. We welcome anyone into our doors. There we go. Jim's going to give us another song.
Well, I got up this morning and looked out the window and wondered what happened to spring. What the heck? And just for a moment, I let that get me down. This is terrible. And then I realized that it's just the weather. It's just the weather. And in fact, if I forget about that, I'm really quite happy today. I feel great today. So I'm here today. I do feel great. And I want to sing a song for you today about being happy. This is a tune by Russ Taff, who's a very well-known American gospel singer. And this is one of my favorite tunes that he did. Well, I've been told I had a tendency to look at things on the dark side. The glass always seems just half empty to me. But since Spirit's been around, it's been harder for me to keep my mouth turned down. Waking up with a smile is just fine with me. Well, I could get used to being happy. I could get used to a brighter day. If I'm dreaming, don't anybody slap me. I get used to living this way. I could get used to living this way. While I spend some of my time looking over my shoulder, running smack dab into hard times. Daddy said it seemed like bad luck followed me. But Spirit broke that spell, 'cause I'm a dressing better, I'm a eating well. My old friends ain't believing what they see. Well, I can get used to being happy. I can get used to a brighter day. If I'm sneaking, don't anybody slap me. I can get used to living this way. I can get used to living this way. Don't stop me if I start getting carried away. Nobody stop me if I start saying, oh, I'm gonna have a good day. I can get used to a brighter day. If I'm dreaming, don't anybody slap me. I can get used to living this way. I can get used to living this way. I can get used to living this way. I'm a happy guy.
Thank you, Jim. You enliven and bring joy. Unity has been part of this world for over 130 years and began on affirmative prayer, the belief and trust in affirmative prayer. Our dear co-founder Myrtle Fillmore started answering prayers by filling out letters, probably with a quill pen. I remember I told my granddaughter that we didn't have fountain pens when we were kids, and she said, oh my gosh, Grammy, you're so old. But yes, Myrtle answered those prayers, sending letters to those who asked for affirmative prayer. We have a prayer box here at the front. If you have anyone that you want to pray for, you can fill out a little slip of paper. Those slips are at the back of the chairs, or there's some here at the front. Just put the first name of the person that you want prayer for. We don't need the description. Spirit doesn't need the description. Spirit knows all about that individual and their needs. And if you want prayer 24 hours a day, you can call 1-800-NOW-PRAY, and Unity International will have someone on the line, a caring, loving individual who will pray with you. We are so fortunate. I'd like to pray with you this morning myself. You can close your eyes if you like. If you're comfortable, put your feet flat on the floor. Friends, let us focus our energies on our hearts, seeing our words and energies going out from our hearts to Divine Spirit. Lord, we pray for all who are part of our Unity of London community, our members, visitors, and friends, and all who are part of the Soho community. We hold in prayer all who in the world are homeless, those who deal with physical and mental health issues, and all struggling with loneliness or financial insecurity. We pray for all those whose names have been found in our Unity of London prayer box, and we send blessings to each individual who, out of love, added that name. We express gratitude for each who shares of their time, talents, and treasures for the benefit of many. This month we hold in prayer Unity Vancouver Island and Unity Canada's Board of Directors. Lord, thank you for our many blessings. We express gratitude for your guidance given to us, that still small voice within, and so it is. Amen. We welcome today's platform assistant, Renee Zawa, who's going to read the daily word for today and introduce today's speaker.
Why, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Sunday, January the 11th. The special word, daily word is guidance. I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence, created in the image and likeness of God. I have creative power to bring my ideas to life. I choose which thoughts to nurture and grow, and where and how to invest my time and energy. Like a sailor preparing to embark upon the open sea, I do not travel alone. I get clear about where I want to go and what I want to experience and get ready for the journey. I map the course of my goals and make an action plan. God accompanies me as the wind that fills my sails and propels me. I hold the rudder and choose the route, but ultimately the wind moves me. I collaborate with spirit within and feel secure and brave, knowing I am always supported. With divine guidance to rely upon, I move confidently in the direction of my dreams. From Proverbs 16:9, the human mind plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps. Our speaker earned her certificate as a licensed Unity teacher in 2023 and was appointed as spiritual leader for Unity of London in 2025. Pauline has invested many years as a teacher, professional speaker, published writer, and coach. She loves the company of Unity members, fellow Toastmasters, and husband Dan. With her presentation, Spirit-Filled Climbing and Resting, please join in welcoming Pauline Duncan-Thrasher.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much, Renee. And good to see everybody out on our return to winter. Did you love that happy song that Jim Chapman sang? That was great, Jim. And it just fills us with the spirit that we need for our journey. You might be interested to know that I will be referring to a couple of songs from my background. And my background was in another church that, don't worry, I'm not returning, but there are a couple of songs that just kept going through my mind when I thought about the message for today. And the message, as you know, is about spiritual journeying. And you might remember the song, if you came from the same tradition as I did, that was called "We Are Companions on the Journey." Don't worry, I'm not going to try and sing it. But it has a beautiful message, because in fact, if you look around at everybody in this room, just take a quick look around. You don't have to stand up and go anywhere. We are companions on a spiritual journey, a wondrous journey. And we do break bread together, thanks to all those who bring in treats for our fellowship room. And we do, in fact, believe in the love and the hope of divine presence in us. That is an integral part of our journey. No longer strangers to each other. We are fed and we are nourished by the strength of those who care. We have been gifted with each other, and we are called by the word of divine presence to act with justice, to love tenderly, and to walk humbly. We will seek, and we will find. We will knock, and the door will be opened. We will ask, and it shall be given. For we believe in the love of divine presence. I've changed it a little bit, but the main message is we are companions on the journey. We don't have to think that we have to travel this trip by ourselves. And some of us who like to be independent and sometimes enjoy our own company need to remember that you can reach out to other people and they will be there to help. You can also reach inward. And I came in on Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. The place was empty, but the bookshop was right there. And as some of you know, I love books. And I discovered to my delight, and I don't know if Wendy brought it, on the back it said Unity with a little price tag. It's a book by a Franciscan priest called Richard Rohr, R-O-H-R. And he, don't get worried, he's not in the traditional sense at all. And I wanted to share with you what he said about faith, because this is the month of faith, which is why I wore blue, and why Scott has blue, why Renee had blue, and I can't tell if Suzanne is wearing blue or not. The core meaning of faith. To dare to trust that God could, will, does have an eternal compassion toward you. Woo, that is pretty special. Everyone who asked Jesus to heal them or help them had somehow made that simple act of trust that he cared. And so the flow happened, and they were healed. No other preconditions were ever required. Nobody said to them, you have to get down on your knees and pray. You have to say the rosary 18 times. There were no preconditions. Jesus healed if people asked, because their act of asking was saying, I believe, I have faith. If you are seeking the divine, he says, and put your hand up if you're seeking the divine. And where is the divine? Within us. If you are seeking the divine, you have already made contact with the divine in yourself. You can see that this particular Franciscan is quite advanced in his thinking. And he also says a few other things which I won't refer to right now, but for another time. So he is strong in faith. I know that Renee will appreciate when I refer once more to the gratitude journal. The 90-day gratitude journal that Kate, Renee, and I undertook. And part of my preparation for today was reading over some of my own entries. And on December 28th, Sunday, I responded to this particular prompt. And the prompt was this. The prompt was this: gratitude for life's ongoing journey. I give thanks for the mystery and wonder of the unknown. Does a journey not involve the unknown? Does our daily life not involve the unknown? This was the prompt. How can you welcome uncertainty with gratitude? When you walk outside and you see that it's a little bit icy or snowy, are you filled with gratitude or maybe a little bit of nervousness? Oh, did I put on those clamper things on my boots? Do I need to hold on to things so I don't fall? Or do you remember the last time that you fell on the ice and thought, I'm not going out? And yet our life's journey, our spiritual journey, does involve the unknown. But the unknown with expectancy of something wondrous to happen. So this was my response to the prompt. This was what I wrote in my journal. Uncertainty levitates resilience. I don't know what prompted me to say levitates. Just sounded like a cute word. Because I don't levitate. I don't know about you. And I certainly don't levitate on top of snow or ice. But uncertainty raises up our resilience because it jolts us gently or rudely into greater awareness of our needs to adapt, to change, to respond with excitement and thoughts of fresh possibilities. Uncertainty can make us fearful, or it can make us feel excited, happy, as Jim talked about this morning. We get to choose. And our journey with our companions, or sometimes by ourselves, certainly has lots of uncertainty as part of it. I found several books yesterday. This was one of them, a lovely little book called 365 Daily Psalms and Prayers. And I looked through it and found one that was perfect for this message about our journey. Oh, send out your light and your truth. Let them lead me. Let them bring me to your holy hill and to your dwelling. That is Psalm 43, verse 3. Send me to your holy hill. And there are references to mountains by some of the writers that I read, and they refer to our mountains as our egos and our need to somehow climb past our egos that cause us to react defensively or angrily when someone gives us a suggestion that they think is great. That's a very personal reaction of mine. You can see that I feel passionate about it. So to step over that hurdle of ego and keep on moving is a daily work. Lead me, dear Lord. I need your light shining on the road ahead of me. And this is not a Lord outside ourselves. This is divine spirit. Life is complicated these days, and sometimes I don't know where to turn. Illuminate the options for me. Let me see which path to take. And we know that in our lives, there are many paths. I need your truth ringing in my ears. So many voices these days woo me this way or that way. I don't know who to believe except you. I trust the word of Divine Spirit. And I trust Divine Spirit to guide me through my current straits, curves, bends, ups and downs in the spiritual journey. And from Exodus 1, the Lord went in front of them in a pillar of cloud by day to lead them along the way, and in a pillar of fire by night to give them light, so that they might travel by day and by night. There is a light leading us. There is an inner voice, a spiritual guidance, and it is there for us to help us on our journey. We only need to listen. Sometimes to be still. Sometimes to put away the books and go instead to our heart space. I don't know how many of you watched movies over Christmas holidays. How many of you did? Lots and lots of movies. And there's a favorite. Dan, my husband and I have several favorites. But the one that is pertinent for this message is about a family called Von Trapps, who made their way during a time of great turmoil and conflict. And they ended up, part of the movie, they went in for refuge into the monastery, into the convent. And the nuns hid them. And you remember, if you saw, how many saw the movie? So if you haven't seen it, it is awesome. And part of the movie was that this family of children and the father and the nun who ended up marrying the father. I shouldn't tell you that. I'm wrecking the story. Sorry. I hate it when people do that. But they made their way, and they had to climb a mountain. And one of the songs is Climb Every Mountain. And maybe someday we'll have that song here. Maybe Jim would sing it, or maybe we could play it on YouTube, because it's a thrilling song. And it's not a song about making the journey easy. It was not easy for them. They took turns carrying the youngest, and there they were trudging up the mountain. And here we are. Sometimes skipping through life, dancing when we're feeling happy. Sometimes just, ooh, 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 can I get through it? So it depends on where you are and how you feel and your faith, how you are going to tackle each part of your journey. And in our maturity, that the wisdom that comes with age reminds us that in our past, we came through many obstacles. I know some of you can recall those. Coming to new countries, going to school where you didn't know anybody, adapting to a new way of life. That was all part of your journey. You went up and down, and sometimes maybe you stumbled and fell. Maybe you just lay there for a while. Or maybe somebody came and gave you a hand up. They lifted you up by the arm. And they said, "Don't worry, I'll help you out. I'll walk by you. I'll be your friend." Or maybe there was nobody. And maybe you felt bereft and alone and sad. Until somehow, some way, you remembered stories about Jesus. Stories about how Jesus helped those who asked for help. And maybe in your grief or your sadness or your despair, when you had nobody else to turn to, maybe you thought, what do I have to lose? I'm going to turn to Jesus. And maybe in that moment, that wondrous, special, unique moment, when you turn to Jesus, when you turn to divine inside, maybe at that moment, you felt a little bit of courage. Sorry. A little bit of courage to get up and take a few steps on your journey. It's the act of faith. It's that ongoing faith that enables us to have the strength to keep moving forward. When you think about Jesus, he had all kinds of mountains to climb. There were people who were against him, but he had companions on his journey. Oh, dear Renee, thank you. Thanks. Sorry. But there were also times when he took a rest. There are times written about Jesus when we know that he rested either with other people or by himself. I did read something yesterday, and it said words to this effect: meditation and mindfulness don't always work, you know. And I thought, whoa, there goes everything I've always believed in. But the message was, I read it because I thought, it's true. Meditation and mindfulness do not always work. If you're in the midst of turmoil and you're anxious or scared or angry, you can't all of a sudden turn on the meditation. Learning to meditate for this particular writer took 5 years of practice, and he compared the meditation to putting money in the bank. He kept practicing. He didn't all of a sudden one day say, I'm going to meditate and that will make all my problems go away. He had to build toward it. So it was his journey of meditation. And when your emotions are overwrought and you're feeling really stressed or angry, that's the last time that somebody says, well, just calm down. Occasionally I would say that to a student who was really upset, and I look back and I think, Pauline, that was not very empathetic. When somebody's really upset and you say calm down, if they could calm down, they would calm down. So part of our journey is recognizing our humanness. And also at the same time, recognizing our divinity. And Richard Rohr addresses this. And he addresses, if I can find it, how it can be so difficult sometimes for us to lose sight. Something within you, your true self, must be awakened. Those who have not made contact with their own souls will think you're talking gibberish and silliness when you talk about spiritual things. And they're just being honest with their limited experience. So you may have friends or family who when you say that you are divine presence or you're part of a spiritual center, may look at you as though you've got two heads. That's okay. Many religious people will defend their own lack of any God experience by calling you a heretic or wrong because you are speaking beyond their limited experience. They're sincere too, although not very humble or very kind. I, Franciscan priest, get my cruelest letters from religious people. This is exactly why Jesus said, all will hate you because of me. And even, blessed are you when they hate you. He wanted us to be prepared for this common surprise. So, in our journey, we cannot suppose that everybody will believe what we believe. They don't have to. They have a right to not believe what we believe. And some of our best friends may be on a totally different path, and that's okay. Our journey is about finding a way to express in loving, kind, faith-filled ways our trust in each other, our love for each other, our acceptance of one another, whether we believe the same or not. That is the journey. That is the thrill. That's the happiness that Jim talked about, sang about. There's another song, and I gave Kate a copy. It's also one of my favorite songs. And you're going to think this is bizarre, but this was written by a Jesuit priest named Robert Dufford, who was born 2 years after me. The lyrics are directly inspired by the Bible, and I knew that without even reading it. And many hymns or songs do come from the Bible. And the song is called Be Not Afraid. And surely in our journey, we must take to heart, be not afraid. I've heard that song so many times, and sometimes tears have just flown down my face because I've thought, there is something about urging people on to a higher point when they're at a low point that it just strikes you. So came from Isaiah, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. I'm not suggesting you do that, but there is somebody on TV who used to do it. And coals and fire, and to prove how strong you are, walk through it on bare feet. I thought, no way, I'm not doing that. So it is metaphysical, that the fires of anger or the fires of hatred, the fires of despair. And from Luke, he lifted up his eyes to his disciples and said, Blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. And I used to think, does that mean I have to be poor to go to heaven? No. It means that you don't attach so much value to your possessions that if someone said, I have to take those if you can do something good, that you wouldn't have a hairy fit. So we don't get attached to our possessions. And this is the song. No, I'm not going to sing it. But I thought when I was reading it, we had a little choir, a little group of 3 people who sang at Christmas. Just a thought, perhaps, maybe they might consider it. You shall cross the barren desert, but you shall not die of thirst. You shall wander far in safety, though you do not know the way. You shall speak your words in foreign lands, and all will understand. You shall see the face of God and live. Where do we see the face of God? Look around. Look around. We see the face of God in everybody who's here. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. If you pass through raging waters in the sea, you shall not drown. If you walk amid the burning flames, you shall not be harmed. If you stand before the power of hell and death is at your side, know that I am with you through it all. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. Blessed are your poor, for the kingdom shall be theirs. Blessed are you that weep and mourn, for one day you shall laugh. And if wicked tongues insult and hate you all because of me, blessed are you. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. Follow the divine presence that says, love. And that will be your rest. Let us now go into meditation. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or just to relax into your chair with your feet planted firmly on the ground. In our time of relaxing, we let go. Let go of anguish. Let go of sadness. Let go of worry. Let go of distractions. And we breathe in the bliss, the wondrous joy, the love of divine spirit, all around us, all through us. We are truly grateful for this time to be together, companions on the journey. And in the next few moments, I invite you to envision a lovely, peaceful place. A place with sunshine and warmth. A place of peace and joy. And just take a few moments breathing in and breathing out in that lovely connection, so special, with divine presence. And a reminder from Isaiah 40. Even youths will faint and be weary, and the young will fall exhausted. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. May we in our journeying take time to rest. Take time to embrace with gratitude the companionship of those with us on our journey. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Thank you, Pauline, for yet another inspiring, beautiful message. We are so blessed by you. Jim is going to come and sing us another song.
I am going to do that. But not before I tell you a really quick story. You know, Jim and stories. I wish I had a dime for every time in my marriage my wife said, "Oh, you and your stories." But there is a story here. Many of you have been to our Wednesday night concerts, I know, and I really appreciate that. And what did I do with my glasses? Well, we're going to have to do this, we're going to have to fly low on this one. I sometimes will say at the concert, not every week, but sometimes I will just invite people to come back to Unity on Sunday. And I'll just very briefly, it's a bunch of wonderful people, and we're here, and you don't have to sign any forms, and you don't have to, I pledge to, you're not doing any of that stuff at all. You just come in and be part of our family. And so a conversation with a fellow grew out of that a little while back, and I said, well, what do you believe at Unity? And I said, well, pretty simple, and I talked about the principles, and he said, well, yeah, but what's the, where's the cutoff point? What's the stuff you have to believe? What's the dogma? What's your dogma? I have to believe this. Or we don't have anything like that. Not really. We really don't. It's we're all open. We're all seeking the same thing. And he said, well, how do you know? How do you know that you're right? How do you know that you're right and the other people are wrong? I said, I don't know that. I don't know that I'm right and they're wrong. All I know is that what works for me. He said, well, I don't know if that would work for me. He said, because I'd want to know what I believed, and I'd want to know that it was real. And I'd want other people around me believing exactly the same thing. Well, that happened this week, and I don't know why, but yesterday I had to, well, I don't know why I had to go to the post office, but I had to go to the post office, and as I was climbing in my truck, the big red truck, that popped into my mind, that conversation, that, what do you know? And by the time I got there and got home, which is about 20 minutes later, I had about 90% of this song. We know, we know, we know. We know that some days are just plain blue, but we know that together we will make it through. We know because we've all been here before, and all we have to do is open the door. We know we are brothers and sisters, all we know what happens when we answer Spirit's call. We know if we're together we can never fall. We're one for all and one for, we're all for, I just wrote it yesterday, we're all for one and one for all. We know the truth, we know the light. Exactly how to fight the fight. We may be lonely, but we're never alone. Spirit has the power, all we gotta do is just get going. Well, we know the strength in numbers, and in love we know the strength the mercy and the grace from above. We know there are mighty fists and velvet gloves, the power of life and the power of love. And we know a spirit firmly at our side. We know together we can take great strides. And we know the best of life is where peace abides. The unity message spread far and wide. And we know the truth, we know the light. We know exactly how to fight the fight. We may be lonely, but we're never alone. It's the power, all we gotta do is just get going. Cause we know, surely do, but we know, all we can do, but we know just what we're gonna do. We know that we're all gonna see it through. We know, yes we know. Yes, we know. Yes, we know.
Thank you, Jim. It's the sharing of our talents, time, and treasures with us at Unity London that keeps us thriving as a community of spiritual, uplifted individuals united in love and fellowship. Our volunteers will begin the offering collection. We know that offerings can be made by check, MasterCard, Visa, debit, using the Tithely site, by e-transfer at unitylondon@hotmail.com, and we give thanks for all your blessings. Let us join together in the blessing of our offerings. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I receive, and all that I receive. Thank you. Amen. Now it's time for our announcements. We've got some things coming up. Our office and prayer hours, prayer and meditation times are daily Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. and Tuesday evenings. Pauline will be holding also prayer. She's our spiritual leader, and her spiritual leader office hours are Fridays from 1 till 3. So if you want to speak to our spiritual advisor, you can come and meet her here at the office. And the Sacred Circle, we've got Chuck here. So we've got the Sacred Circle happening again today from 12 to 1. There'll be discussions, questions, an open forum, and you know that what is said at the Sacred Circle stays there. Join us. Yes. Pizza and Principles class. For all those who are not actual members or those who want to refresh, you can join Pauline on January the 18th, 2023 from 12 to 2. You can learn all about unity. All are welcome, but it is a required course for new members. And I know who's bringing the pizza, so hey. Let Pauline know if you need gluten-free or vegetarian, because that baker will make a special one for you. And Wednesday music night is January 28th. It's going to be chili night. So the Mexican theme will be for the music and for the food. Several chili recipes will be made. There'll be meat and vegan options. It's going to include garlic bread, salads, dessert, and beverages. No alcohol, though, right, Pauline? $15 a person and $10 for the concert that follows. That'll be great fun. And we've got a PD day planned for kids. Friday, January 30th from 9 a.m. till 12. There'll be games, activities, hot chocolate, snacks. Bring your own grandchildren, or there'll be lots of kids from the neighborhood that will be joining us here at Unity of London. Also, I wanted to let you know that, Amber's course that she's offering is still available for people. It's not closed, it started, but there's still opportunities for you to join. So speak to Amber about that. Okay, let's join together and say the blessing. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. Now we're going to gather in our gathered circle and sing our peace song. If any of you need to quickly go out to the fellowship room, then please quietly do that, because we still have an opportunity to speak to our, I keep saying, oh my goodness, to speak with our speaker, give thanks for her, and to hear from our people who are online.